Hey everyone, and welcome to the TruFinancials channel. My name is Dennis, and today we're going to be talking about how many checking and savings accounts you might possibly want today. So real quick, if you are new to this channel, I do like to talk a lot about personal finance, investing, and retirement. So if you're interested in any one or all of those subjects, definitely consider subscribing today. Alright, so let's get to the matter at hand and talk about those checking and savings accounts. Now, if you're anything like me, I like to have all of my accounts kind of a little bit separated so that way I can see all of my reserve funds set aside and then all of my bills coming out of a certain account. So, the biggest issue that some people will definitely face is the fees that some of those big banks will charge on having additional accounts, which will kind of retroactivate the thing that you're trying to achieve, which is saving money and being able to put it towards other things. So sometimes those banks do have ways to waive those fees, but if you're having multiple savings accounts or even multiple checking accounts, it might be hard to reach those minimums when it comes to balances or having enough to be able to transfer over into each savings account. So the bank that we actually are using, and we started using more frequently since we came back from our year trip through Europe, is actually the Capital One 360 Savings Bank. So if you're not too familiar with it, I will have a link down below to be able to take you to it. Just a quick reference though too, it is a referral link, so if you decide to sign up with it, you do get a bonus for opening the account with them. And you could just do savings if you wanted to, or you could do also a checking. So the really cool thing with the Capital One 360 Bank is that there are almost literally no fees. I've actually had the account since 2011 and have earned zero fees. And I say earned because a lot of times I believe that people that do pay the bank fees have earned it, because it's usually a mistake, whether it's like overdraft fees or maintenance fees that they don't want to hit the waiving minimums on. So with that, we do have 2 checkings and about 6 different savings accounts, and I can go over those a little bit and why we use them and why we have possibly so many in comparison to most people having 1 to 2 of each. So the checking account, the reason we have 2 is one is going to be for our daily uses, which is like gas, groceries, buying things for daily living. So that's going to be in our regular checking account, and then we have another checking account which we call our bill pay account. So everything that's a bill, whether it's electricity, whether it's just like our phone bill, our internet bill, things that come out on a regular basis, including our debts as well, all come out from that one account. So now when it comes to our savings accounts, we have, like I said, multiple savings accounts. And the nice thing is with the Capital One 360 Savings, there are no minimums and there are no fees associated with the account. Plus, we actually earn a decent interest. I want to say decent, but it's right now about 0.75%, which when you compare it to regular big banks, you're looking at usually 0.01%. So you're definitely earning something in comparison to nothing. But it used to be higher before the 2008 crash, and hopefully it'll go back up at some point soon. But we have one emergency fund, so we have that separated in its own amount. Then we also have our upgrade car fund. We also have our property tax, because once a year we do pay property tax on our home. So we like to make sure that we have enough money to set aside for that every year. My wife doesn't get taxed on her paychecks, so we do have income tax as well. And then we also do a Christmas fund, and we just recently started also a gifting fund. So anything that we want to be able to gift to people, whether it's for like weddings or birthdays, we're going to set aside a little bit each month in there to be able to fund those. And the nice thing is we do it with our main checking account, so we just transfer the money from our savings to our checking whenever we need funds from that particular area, and it's all separated evenly, and it's very nice to be able to see where everything is. Now, some people might like having that one savings account with that big number, and then in their heads or on like a Excel sheet they have everything divvied up, but for me and my wife, we personally like to see everything separated on our account, so that way we just know exactly where we are and where we stand for every single fund, because certain funds we have different goals, so we want to make sure that we reach those goals and be able to see where we're at. So if you prefer that, definitely check out that Capital One 360 link down below, so that way you can possibly open up some savings accounts, and it's very, very easy to open up those accounts. So once you have the first one, you click right underneath it, and you can start opening up a second one and have nicknames for each one. You can also even put in goals for each one, so you can see a little bar for your progression when you're wanting to reach, let's say $5,000 and you have 250. Or 2,500 in there, it'll show you, at a 50% progress bar too, which is really cool. Kind of helps you, get excited to be able to reach whatever goals you have in there. So that's what we personally have. So again, it really depends on the person and what they are looking for. So if having one checking and one savings is what you needed, perfect. But if you're looking for more, again, you can also even just talk to your banks and see how you can waive on those fees to make it easier to just have that regular account opened up with your current bank. But you can always open up just savings accounts with the Capital One. You do not need to open up the checking accounts. So some people kind of feel like they have to, but you definitely don't have to on that end as well. So that's going to be the video for you guys today. If you are interested, like I mentioned, I do talk a lot about personal finance, retirement, or investments and retirements. So if you're interested in any one or all those subjects, definitely consider subscribing today. If you like the video, hit that like button, and then in the comment section, let me know how many checking and savings accounts do you guys have, and if you're interested in opening up some more, so that way you guys can spread out those funds a little bit easier and be able to see what you have coming in. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And guys, until next time, have a great day.